Hey, what is going on, crypto people? Happy freaking Wednesday. It's Generational Wealth Wednesday, fam, today. Life is good. Bitcoin, what? The world, 94K again. That's cray cray. 94, 5 or 8 sometime this morning, or maybe late last night. I think it might even have hit 90. Maybe it didn't hit 95. It was close. Listen, word on the street from my guy, Darren Moore. As Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, said, United States companies, yeah, because the SEC is appealing. We talked about that months and months and months ago. Until the cloud on title is evaporated from this lawsuit, the U.S. is not trying to hang out, fam. It's just what it is. That has to go away. And by the way, of course, the likes of JP Morgan and Wall Street orchestrated this thing together. We all know, we talked about it, Pookie. We talked about it on the channel. When JP Morgan sent 15 people to Ripple's office, what do you think that was about? A kumbaya session? They sent 15 people to the offices of Ripple in San Francisco. And Ripple said, appreciate you showing up, but no, thank you. After that, it was on, fam. After that, it was on. Those people knew what the Ripple and the technology was looking to do. It was going to the throat of the golden goose. They knew it. JP Morgan and them folks knew it. Wall Street knew it. Well, what can we do about it? So they sat around the table and figured out what they could do. Who could we reach out to? Whose pockets do we have? And whose pockets are we in? That was it. They know it was about slowing down this behemoth that is the XRPL. They knew. Ripple was naive. Garlinghouse, and more specifically, Schwartz and Chris Larson were naive. Happens all the time with startup companies. You go into this thing naive, and then you just get knocked upside your head to the reality of the situation. Thank God, they got the coffers to withstand this brutal attack. But I think he may have said it in this interview that Garlinghouse just recently did. We're going to share that interview. When you have Judy Shelton reposting the interview and saying it was a very impressive one, we got to cover that. Listen, new APS. A lot of people and the fans of the channel, I'm thinking about Barbie. Barbara, she's a big time fan of the channel, and this token APS. Apparently, it is now in the incentive, the RFLR incentives, reward flare incentives on Flare networks now. That's something that the CryptoCeels can get behind. I don't know much about this APS thing, quite frankly. I don't. I know it's got some tokenomics. I know it's kind of some scarcity, that type of stuff. That's all I know about it. But if it's going to be part of the RFLR, I'd be willing to take a gander at that. Take a gander at 10% bucket, 10% bucket, not the 90%. But I'd be willing to take a look at it. So listen, we're going to go over the market because the market is doing what the market does. What's going on, Hydro? Life is good, isn't it? Joe Buddy is in the building. What's up, fam? I always felt it all started in that San Francisco office with the suits not getting their way. Yes, sir. 100%. That's what it is. That is the nastiness. That's the nastiness that is Wall Street. And Chris thought, oh my God, we got this awesome solution for you. You're going to love it. And they was like, nah, bro. We like this friction. You're trying to disrupt that. Okay, listen. If you'll give us 50% of what you got, we're open to it. I mean, Gary Gensler told everyone when he was at MIT teaching, he told them the deal. How would he know the deal? He was former, was it Goldman's or whatever place he was? He was a former Wall Street dude. He knows the deal. And they were like, what? Nah. Ripple, Larson, they was like 50%. It's a tough lesson. You gotta, it's a tough lesson. Everything has to be lined up correctly for you to be able to take down a golden goose of Wall Street. I mean, everything has to be lined up. You got to have the right administration. You got to have the right regulator. You got to have a ton of stuff to think about, trying to, disrupt. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get into that interview. I think it's going to be an awesome interview. Appreciate you guys checking in again. Happy Generational Wealth Wednesday to each and every one of you. I don't know what this whole bathroom thing is going on at the Senate right now with the women's bathroom and the men's bathroom. Maybe we'll talk about that on Talk That Talk Thursday tomorrow. But Marjorie Taylor, she had a good idea. She's like, I kind of like it. So anyway, word on the street is there's a male senator who's identifying as a female. And wants to use the women's bathroom in the Congress halls. And there's a congresswoman who's like, nah, we're not trying to have that. So Marjorie Taylor, congresswoman, she was thinking, well, here's what we can do. We can have the women's Democratic bathroom, and we can have the Republicans' women's bathroom. And then the Dems, women, can let this dude who identifies as a woman be in the bathroom with them when they're using the bathroom. not this apparently they want to try to do a trans bathroom. Ooh. Interesting. Yeah, I know, Hydro, right? It's craziness. It's craziness in the streets. Let me refresh CoinGecko. Oh, shoot. Let me refresh CoinGecko. Refresh CoinGecko. Oh, Solana's down 4%. Down 4%. Let's refresh CoinGecko, see what's good right now. With the market. Got Layla Harper not happy that BTC maxis are not celebrating in the streets because Bitcoin hit 94K again. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of cray-cray. Yeah. Let's get this going here. Come on, let's get this going. All right. Chill guy up 1,000%. Oh, just great. Again, it's kind of crazy. So I think this is the updated CoinGecko. I'm just waiting for it to load correctly. 94,309. But let's make sure everything's up to snuff. Maybe I need to get rid of some of these tabs I got open here. Okay. I have a tendency to kind of do that. All right, so we cover Rubico anymore. Cross-chain, new cross-chain DApp on Blair. We don't need to cover that. We covered that yesterday. Come on, this thing is. All right, let me go to the stream, see what's going on. The stream's messing up. It looks like it is. Oh, I need to empty out my trash can. Let me do that. I didn't do that last time. I just let's do that. Let's empty the trash. I didn't hear any noise. There it is. Empty trash. There it is. That'll help too. Emptying out some trash. Maybe that'll help a little bit what's going on right now. Because I got everything is spinning. I got my live stream not popping up. That was it. Only 38 items. But they were all videos. Come on, what's going on here? Waiting for this live stream to pop up. Just waiting. Okay. That took a while still, man. What am I to do here? Screenshots, good notes. Zoom workplace. What's going on, Alex G? How are you, bro? Again, that's cray. 94, 5 or 8. Sometime this morning. I mean, well, that looks like that's working good, but oh, there's CoinGecko finally. All right. So let's go over these numbers real quick. What's going on, Alex G? How are you, bro? So yeah, word on the street, just to let you know. Garlinghouse says U.S. companies are still unwilling to use ODL or use XRP because the SEC is appealing. Here's what it is. Look, now look over here, the stream spinning. The stream is spinning, but I think we're still live. Let's go to CoinGecko. All right. So according to CoinGecko, the total cryptocurrency market cap is 3.24 trillion. Bitcoin dominance is around 58%. Bitcoin is trading at $94,309 again. On the 30-day, Bitcoin is up 39, almost 40%. Ethereum is trading at $3,074. On the 30-day, Ethereum is at 15%. Now, some people believe that Ethereum is going to rip. I don't know what rip looks like. I don't know what it looks like. I don't see more than a 10,000 Ethereum. So, but I really don't. Look, you still got to go up and to the right of the network adoption curve. You still got, look, they're in my view, they're what is it? Giving away everything to the layer twos. And so if the asset, it's always ways to on and off ramp layer twos. So anyway, I think people, I would, to be happy with 10K for Ethereum. I exited my entire ETH position into Solana, and yeah, it's already proven out to be winning. And any case, Solana is trading at $233 again on the 30-day. Solana is up 41%. XRP is trading at $1.09. I saw $1.13 this morning. On the 30-day, XRP is up 100%. Might as well say 99.6. Might as well call that 100, even 100. Dogecoin is trading at 37 cents, and on the 30 days, up 167%. This XRP and this Doge thing is very interesting and fascinating to me. I think they're going to move in this next 10, 12, 14 months. They're going to move about the same. The market caps are similar. They're gonna exited my entire ETH position into Solana, and it's already proven out to be winning. Yeah. And any case, Solana is trading at $233 again on the 30 days. Yeah, that's how far behind that is. So this is just, the capital is the capital. The dirty, nasty fiat you put in the Doge or XRP is dirty, nasty fiat. In terms of return on investment, for me, they're about the same. You're going to be able to use Doge on Flare the same way you're going to be able to use XRP on Flare networks. Doge is already in liquidity pools in other places. You just got to be willing to be in it or not be in it. So kind of is what it is. I think the XRPL is on a new 3 to 5 year deal. And you have to be willing to go through this cycle and the next cycle to really get not necessarily the better return on investment, but owning a better risk-adjusted reward asset, in my opinion. So we'll see what it does. There was some news about some partnership with Mercy something. I'll go over that as well in the stream. Let's go to the beloved. So we is at $3.54. It's down 7% too on a 24-hour. That's interesting. And under 30 days, so we is up 74% in a month. Stellar Lumis is up 157%. And it's trading at 24 cents. Like, If you're here just for ROI in the next 12, 14 months, I don't know. Stellar Lumens moves about the same as XRP. You can get 4 for $1. I don't know. We lost all our Stellar on that. Celsius debacle. So we put like anyway. So that's kind of it there for the market. Bonk meme coins up 115%. So that's kind of it. I'm trying to see if there's any outliers here that are of worthy note. There isn't really. Radium, I just still think, again, these exchange tokens killing the game on Solana. Both Jupiter and Radium are just killing the game. I mean, the Ray token's up 121%. I mean, that's awesome. Jupiter had a higher market cap. Where's JUP? Laptop's messing up again. Anyway, that's the market, fam. It is just doing what it does. Let's get to the chat, see who else came in. And guys, do you guys want to check out that interview with Brad Garlinghouse, or you want to go exploring on Enosys first? Which one? Which one should we do? I'm not on Enosys. I think I did a little beta thing on here. So Enosys is like kind of like that first platform on Flare Networks. Enosys Global. But I'm not very familiar with how to use it, how to work it. So maybe we can figure that out together, Pookie. As soon as we get the laptop to just kind of work, that'd be awesome. I had this with my last laptop as well, which was a bigger laptop, but the same kind of thing. And that was a PC. This is a Mac. Is the same issue. Can't handle the workload. Just can't handle the CryptoCeel's workload. I need something that can handle the CryptoCeel's workload. Okay, that's what I need. Property Rich, nothing, bro. Welcome to the channel. He said, "What have I missed?" Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream, bro. I hold for the long term and along the way along the way. Happy to have it. Yeah. So there it is right there. That's the market. It's just doing what it does. Hydro said I hit that like button on the way in. Super cool. Appreciate that, Hydro. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button. It is one of the greatest ways to support the channel. We're trying to get, we always like to strive to get just as many likes as we got viewers in the stream. That would be super, super cool. And if you happen to be in that 45 to 50% of people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Seeds, do me a favor. If you've been enjoying those hangouts, would you consider subscribing to the channel? We're trying to get that number down from 55% or so down to about 25% or so. And you can do your part right now by just hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. Yeah. So just trying to figure out why we just constantly getting this issue with that. Let's see if this will help. And between the dead Wi-Fi and the laptop, it's just kind of a thing. Like it's spinning now. There's no chat. Computer people can never tell you what you need to do to prevent it. Like it is just unbelievable. Like it's just big spin. Just big spinning and don't know why. We're just waiting for the thing. I bet you on my phone, this thing live stream would be working just fine. Yeah, I know you guys can see me fine, but it's the laptop displaying the stream and displaying the channel that is just taking forever. That's the problem. Guys, do me a favor, hit that like button on the way in. That'd be super, super cool. Let's see. Wes be playing. What's going on, Wes? Try to do the live chat. What's going on, DeFi Daddy? What's good with you, bro? What's up with this APS token, man? What's going on with that, DeFi Daddy? David is in the building. What's up? Ever defrag your laptop? Not this one. I defragged another one. You would think that you would be able to update the hardware or something that would help with this, but it just nothing seems to work, man. John 316's here. What's going on? XRP joy. But I think I defragged it once. But I think I did that because maybe there was it was a PC, and I did it because there might have been virus issues. David says it helps when he does. It helps yours when you do it. Do you have a Mac? You have a Mac, David? All right, so let's I'm really hesitant about sharing a video right now. Oh man, how would a video work right now? Oh, you got a Dell, got it. So anyway, I got Darren Moore shared this I'm a Patreon member. He shared it with Patreon. But he said Brad Garlinghouse said the U.S. companies are still unwilling to use ODL or use XRP because the SEC is suing them. That's massively important to understand. So even when the stablecoins launch, it's still going to be more of a non-US deal. Now, Judy Shelton, here's the interview. Judy Shelton reposted this, and she said this was a awesome interview with Brad Garlinghouse. Judy Shelton. Let me see if I can't get it. If I can't find that one. I thought, wow, holy moly. I mean, she took time to watch it. Why is she watching a Brad Garlinghouse interview? Here it is right there. It says very impressive interview with Brad Garlinghouse. She tagged Brad Garlinghouse and Ripple. That's interesting to me that Judy Shelton would do that. Isn't that interesting, don't you think? Let's see if we can't play this.
Totally in advanced talks to acquire crypto exchange Bakkt. Bakkt says it does not comment on, quote, market rumors or speculation. The acquisition would mark Trump's latest move into the world of crypto after promising to explore crypto-friendly policies on the campaign trail. Joining me now is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, great to see you.
Very good to see you.
Thanks so much for being here. Tell us how Ripple fits into this whole crypto framework that we're actually understanding better and better recently.
So from the earliest days, Ripple has been focused on solving the problem around cross-border payments. It's slow, it's expensive, and we use a digital asset called XRP to help speed that up, make it very inexpensive and very reliable. But the challenge, as you know well, is the U.S. has had this very hostile. The Biden administration has been waging a war on crypto, and I think an unlawful war. Courts have agreed with us on that. And we're finally seeing that kind of unlocked in a Trump-embraced crypto and crypto-embraced Trump. And I think we're seeing that reflect in kind of how the markets have reacted since the election.
So for Ripple, do you think that this also unlocks new revenue opportunities for you in the U.S.? Because I know the customer base is largely outside the U.S.
You're exactly right. You know, the United States SEC filed a lawsuit about what is XRP 4 years ago. And so it kind of froze the U.S. market opportunity for us. You know, if you're a U.S. bank or U.S. financial institution, you're like, let's just wait and see how this plays out. So 95% of our customers are outside the United States. And finally, I think we're at a point where we can actually see growth and see the crypto industry thrive here in the United States. The largest economy in the world has really been leaning out of the crypto economy.
And giving it up to China.
There's no question. Look, it's growing in the UK, it's growing in Japan, it's growing in Switzerland. But these are big economies that are leaning, you know, the U.S. really has been the outlier in many ways.
Yeah, it's a great point. So talk to us about your outlook for crypto under the Trump administration. And
okay, hold on one second, because this is a different interview, it looks like, that Brad said that about the U.S. companies. Let me see if it's here. If it is, I'll share it with you. I can't hear anything. What's going on with that? It looks like it's him but I don't hear anything. So it's another interview, and I don't know why I don't have any audio right now, where he says that, and it looks like it is Chris Larson on one side of the video and what's his name? Garlinghouse on the other. But it ain't playing. I mean, it's playing, but it's no audio. So I'll have to see if I can't pull that up. But let's continue listening.
this deregulation that Trump is underway, thinking about and talking about. Look, he's been putting together a cabinet. We still don't have his idea on a Securities and Exchange Commission head, CFTC head. All of these agencies want a piece of you, want a piece of the crypto industry. They all want to have some kind of a regulatory, role here. Do you think you get more clarity under the Trump administration on who's running things?
Yes, we want them to have a role. And as you know well, one of the biggest problems the crypto industry has had isn't the idea there's too much regulation. It's just the regulation is not even clear. We're trying to apply laws from literally 1946, a famous Supreme Court case called the Howey test. So we're trying to apply that to a digital asset industry that's been developed in the last 10, 15, 20 years. And so it just doesn't fit. And I think as we bring this new kind of really the Trump cabinet to bear, getting those clear rules, which we've been asking for under the Biden administration for years, I think we're finally going to get that clarity, which will help the U.S. lead again. And I think, Trump talks about making America great again. I think he's going to make crypto great again in the United States.
No, he certainly talks about it a lot and wants more in terms of the U.S. role in that. Trump reportedly meeting privately with the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, on Monday to discuss key appointments for the second Trump administration. So Fox Business's Edward Lawrence spoke to Coinbase chief policy officer about that meeting. Watch this.
We're gratified by the degree that the Trump team has had an open door with us and given us an opportunity to talk about our vision about crypto and to see them ultimately adopt much of that. We're very excited to do our part to fulfill the president's vision of making the U.S. a crypto and digital asset leader of the world. There's a lot of work to be done. There was a lot of damage done over the last 4 years that all of us in the industry and working with our policymakers can kind of get going on to restore the U.S.'s position as a global leader.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it would speak volumes if Trump put in a crypto expert in the SEC. That would be unbelievable. Or CFTC. Where does Coinbase fit into all of this?
I mean, Coinbase has been a really important voice in this. I think, three key players came together during this election cycle. Coinbase, Ripple, and Andreessen Horowitz came together to really make sure that crypto is front foot on the agenda. And I think we will get someone at the SEC who is very familiar with crypto. There's a couple names still in the mix that I think are very strong candidates. And the nice thing is, these are people who don't go in with we're going to attack this industry. And it really did turn out to be, at a minimum, unethical and a maximum unlawful. And again, federal courts are saying that, not just Brad Garlinghouse.
Right. And Trump has talked about the stablecoin industry as well. You're about to launch a stablecoin. Is that right?
We are indeed. Ripple announced not too long ago, we're announcing something called RLUSD or Ripple USD. The stablecoin market now is 170 or about $180 billion. And the largest player is called Tether. We think there's an opportunity for the Ripple of the world, we're an institutional use case, selling into banks, solving that cross-border, and really making payments cheaper, faster. We think this is a perfect use case of these technologies.
I can understand because slowly but surely you're seeing financial services get it and start implementing crypto stablecoins in their businesses. Trump, of course, has vowed to fire SEC Chairman Gary Gensler on day one. I said day one. And Gensler has recently signaled that he may soon resign after President-elect Trump's massive election win. Here's a look at some of the rumored contenders Trump is considering for the chairman of the SEC, Brad. And I want to get your take on what's the most important thing that person should do in the early days.
No Brian Brooks on that. I don't like that. No Brian Brooks on there. I don't know. Apparently, this Teresa Gulian is kind of front running now. Everyone is petrified at the idea of Robert Stebbins. I mean, petrified. So I think crypto people like Dan Gallagher, Teresa, for sure. I guess UADA wouldn't be bad. Heath Talbert, that name sounds familiar. Where is that name coming from? I can't remember where. Heath?
It's actually Ismail.
Thank you. I don't know where that is going to be, but we'll see. We'll see.
Should one of these folks get them?
I think working with Congress and identifying here's the gaps in the existing laws that create the confusion. I think, I don't know all those candidates personally, but there's a bunch of very strong candidates up there that I think aren't going to pretend that, hey, the rules are clear. Gary Gensler would testify in front of Congress and literally say the rules are clear, but in the next sentence, he wouldn't answer the question, is ETH a security? So to me, it's just this, head in the sand. It's a new dawn for crypto in the United States. And I think we really can make this the heartbeat of the crypto and blockchain industry in the next 5 or 10 years.
For so many people, they feel like the people who are writing these rules, writing the framework for crypto, actually don't understand it. I mean, do you think Gary Gensler actually understands the crypto business?
Of course,
You know, one of the most frustrating things about Gary Gensler, he actually taught classes at MIT about crypto. And if you watch the videos of him teaching these classes, and then you listen to him after he became the chair of the SEC under Elizabeth Warren's kind of guidance.
Oh, I see where you're going.
It was a night and day difference. And so
he is smart, he understands, but he's political.
Extremely, and hypocritical.
Yeah.
You know, look, literally the federal courts were calling the SEC under his leadership, these are exact quotes, arbitrary and capricious, failing to follow a faithful allegiance to the law.
Wow.
They were even sanctioned in one case in Utah, that the SEC was sanctioned by a federal judge. This is not what we want from our government institutions, to work for the people and to actually protect investors.
All right, we will leave it there. Brad, great to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks so much. Great insights from you, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple.
So, you know, nothing really, it's an interesting, she says, very impressive interview. I don't know if she was saying it's because Maria is very in tune and in step with crypto. Maybe that's the part that was very impressive. I mean, this is all stuff that Brad has said time in and time out again. So, but in any case, it was good to see him. Blockchain Monkey's in the building. What's good? What's going on, bro? How are you? Appreciate you checking in, my guy. You did the best, in my opinion, XRP Ripple song ever dropped ever. How's your channel going, bro? How are things over there? Are you still enjoying? You still doing your thing? Property Rich, Doggy, Shelton. Oh, you guys are funny. So, I mean, there it is there. I mean, now, it's, I mean, he's just kind of speaking the truth. I'm going to try and pull up this video from our guy of Brad Garlinghouse. I don't know. Maybe this is the one when he mentioned that about U.S. Companies not willing to use ODL or XRP. If I can get it to audio play, I'll play it for you guys. But let me find it first. So, Property Rich, what do you know about this APS token from Enosys Global? You know anything? I know DeFi Daddy does. Right? DeFi Daddy, do you know about the APS, the Alpha Papa Seer token and flare on Enosys Global? From Enosys Global? Can you share what you know about it? Let me see here. We'll see if we can get the video to play or what the deal is, because it didn't play. Let's see here. Okay, that's great. Awesome. Let me see if it plays here.
Every single token, because really in the United States.
Okay, well, it's playing. Let me share this. It says, okay, let me share the screen. I'll just share this real quick. Brad G says U.S. companies are still unwilling to use ODL or use XRP because the SEC is appealing. Let's see if he says this here in this thing.
Every single token, because really in the United States, this is kind of a shocking point, I think. In the United States, there are two cryptocurrencies with regulatory clarity, Bitcoin and XRP. And XRP only has it because we fought that fight. It's kind of madness to think we're going to go and litigate every single one based upon use case, based upon, what have you. And so the criticality of, frankly, even events like this where government and private are coming together But you are seeing movement in at the federal level. You know, there's something passed the House called Fit 21 Act, which I think is constructive. It may be in the final chapters of the lame duck. We'll see something happen in the Senate side. But I think for both Chris and I, it certainly was a very interesting and a challenging experience to get distracted in building this, you know, payments centric view of where we think the world's going around infrastructure, to be distracted by this. The last thing I'll say about it, and I'm sure Chris has other things to add, it's our business outside the United States has gone very, very well. 95+% of our customers are non-US. And you know, since the SEC lawsuit, 75% of our hiring has been non-US. And what a sad state of reality that a US company has, you know, that is, you know, actually delivering certain real use cases around these technologies that, you know, basically can't sell into the US market, even now, because US companies are like, well, the SEC is appealing. And, you know, they don't understand exactly what the SEC is appealing, but it's just, it's a reason to say, no, we don't want to fight that fight right now.
So that's kind of what he said. That's kind of what he said there. It's kind of what he said. There was another thing that I wanted to share. And Meta Lawman, I think, kind of agreed with this as well. Let me see if I can't find that. We all like Meta Lawman. He's a good dude, Mr. Murphy. He's a real good dude. Let me see if I can't find that. Yeah, it's right here. It's from Stuart Alderati. Let me share this. Then we're going to try to get on this Enosys Global DeFi daddy. I don't know. Stuart Alderati says, it's easy to play armchair lawyer on Twitter, but convincing a judge to side with you is no small feat. Crypto doesn't need more convoluted legal theories and structures that make lawyers rich and confuse judges. Yes, sir. Let's simplify. Tokens and transactions in them aren't securities. Tokens and transactions in the tokens aren't securities unless they grant debt, slant, equity, interest, comma, liquidation rights, comma, or the right to profits, revenues, dividends. Not just price appreciation or redemption rights. Meta Lawman agrees with him. Says, agree. Oh, and that framing aligns with 100 years of US securities laws. Incidentally, distinguishing the legal status of tokens based on their degree of decentralization is, in parentheses, and was a terrible idea. This is what ETHgate is really, really all about, this thing that they conjured up together, came up with this decentralization thing to try to skirt the securities law. They knew they were doing it. It was intentional. That's the problem. And the problem is that a United States government entity went along with it. That's the problem. They went along with an idea of circumventing the securities laws that everyone else has to deal with. That's the issue. Because Wall Street and the likes of Joseph Lubin is going to be Wall Street, and the likes of Joseph Lubin, they're going to try to get over. But it's supposed to be the United States regulators' job to prevent such a thing, and certainly not to actively participate in such a thing. That's the challenge. So anyway, distinguishing the legal status of tokens based on their degree of decentralization is and was a terrible idea and needs to be excised from the version of Fit 21 passed by the House. And that's been always my challenge, is somehow we got congressmen and women talking about decentralization is a thing. And that was never part of the securities law. So why are we trying to put it in there in this Fit 21 bill? That's the thing that I'm a little confused. And you got Senator Lummis trying to, you know, she talks decentralization, right? Right? That's a problem, in my opinion. And so apparently it's in this decentralization degree of decentralization is in the version of the FIT 21 bill that did get passed by the House. I just don't think it's a great look. This is what a lot of people were excited about Teresa. Trump is considering Teresa Guillen, a blockchain advocate and ex-SEC attorney, for the SEC chair. Interesting. Insiders say crypto firms backed her for her rare mix of SEC experience and Wall Street ties. Known for challenging SEC, where's that? Known for challenging SEC overreach, she could help Trump's team reverse against the era policies and cut bureaucracy. She's a partner at Baker Hostetler. Remember that Giants quarterback? She co-leads its blockchain practice. Interesting. This pick signals a major shakeup for the SEC. That would be cool. Yeah. That would be cool because you know, that would be really, really cool because you know women tend to be, I don't know, just a little smarter, right? Anyhow, so that would be really, really cool. Let me get rid of this. What's this? Oh, yeah, get rid of that too. So, Property Risk says, no, nothing. I'm not on it. Okay, where did DeFi Daddy go away? Is he still here? I think he might know something about that. Enosys. I don't know enough about it. We don't have I don't know enough about Enosys Global, but the word on the street is that it's part of the RFLR thing. There it is. Enosys put this out. New APS token incentives have been added to the DEX V3 on Flare. These incentives will run for the next 90 days. Additionally, incentive APY estimates have been added to the UI. Cool. Individual APY will vary based on liquidity concentration. So again, let's check it out. I'll use my test wallet here. And we'll take a gander. We'll take a gander. Let me put that on Flare. We'll take a look at Enosys. Again, I'm not a frequent user of Enosys at all. So I may stumble around on this thing. But let's check it out. So the website is a v3.dex. Let's see, v3.dex.enosis.global. Okay. v3.dex.enosis.global. Okay. So, and I did a little testing with them when they were testing, but I don't know if I put any actual real dollar on this. So I'll do my little test wallet. So they got the wallets you can connect here. Wallet Connect, BitKit wallet, Bybit wallet. Nice. I like that they have both of those. Those are probably the extensions. Yeah, so that's good. Let's just do that. I think it's trying to connect. All right, so swap DEX. And liquidity. Let's let this load. See what's good. You know, we love DeFi. Farms, Clover, Airdrop, Bridge, Loans, Gallery, multi-chain curators, such as digital art marketplace and auction house. Okay. Let's go over to liquidity, see what's good. Incentives available. APSys. That helium thing, right? That's another token. So what we got? Scepter Flare and Flare, 36%. Incentives available. This says RFLR. So is that the one they're talking? But I thought he said the APS token as if it was in a liquidity pair. So here it is here, FLR APS, 90%, but it doesn't say RFLR there. Let me check something out. Let's check that out. Huh. 90%, but it's only 50,000 in TVL there. It's kind of fees, contracts, good. So I don't think this is the one. So I don't think that's the one. 279%, 8,000. So that's not a lot of TVL on Enosys, which is interesting to me. There's more TVL on other platforms. I mean, the highest TVL I see is 225,000. All right, so here's some more RFLR, bridged FLR here. Stargate Tether. You get RFLR there, but it's 50,000. 50,000. USDX and USDE, 128%, 31,000. Man, just overall, not a lot of TVL. I mean, you know, my favorite is one is SFLR and FLR. But I mean, you know, it's just not a lot going on. I mean, look at the 30-day fee. It's only $6. Just not a lot of TVL to warrant providing liquidity. It just ain't there. Volume. I mean, yeah, it's just TVL is just not here, my friends. It's just not here. So I don't know. $74,000. I mean, you're talking 279,000 and not a lot going on. 24 hours, no, 2,000, 30, $6. Whew. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, not a lot going on with those liquidity pools. Just not a lot going on. Yeah, I mean, it's not about the APR, but you don't have enough TVL, you don't have enough 24-hour volume. you know, just the stablecoin thing. If there's no volume, there's just no volume. You can't really get, you know, fees for people coming in and out of it. It's just not a lot. 406%. Yeah, I mean, it's 90,001 stable coins. You can hang out here and get a 44% thing, but what do we got going on? Not a lot of volume. 17. Does that say $17? And does that say $58? And then the fee's only 14 cents. So yeah. That is just not making it. I don't know why that is, why those numbers are so they're not great at all. I don't know why. I really don't. Don't know why. Those numbers aren't great, man. Not great at all. Which one is this one? So this is the good one, yeah. So anyway, that's not great. Not great at all. So they got it launched on there, but not good stuff. That interview was, you know, well, Brad Garlinghouse was okay. Flair Fanatic says FLR is turning previous resistance into strong support. This is very bullish. This could be one of the last chances to buy cheap before the next level. Bulls, let's defend this level. I'm not selling because FLR is worth so much more. Yeah. So there that is there. You can never have too much, in my opinion, it's not financial advice, but probably can never have too much FLR or Songbird in your 10% bucket. Haha, in your 10% bucket. Yeah. I'm checking something here. So yeah. Anyway, there it is there. Rubik make that announcement. We went over the Rubik exchange. I thought it was pretty cool. New chain alert. Rubik now supports Flare, the blockchain built for data on our best rate finder app. But that's not all. Blaze, Enosys, SparkDex, and Stargate make cross-chain and on-chain swaps smoother than ever. Yeah, so for liquidity, I still like SparkDex the best for liquidity. And this whole USDX thing, again, you can't really hang out on Clearpool if you're in the US. But you can swap, and I don't know if you get to see USDX on SparkDex. But anyway, I think it's interesting that Mario is posting. Now, he seems to be posting a lot of popular posts. I don't know why Mario would be posting this, but he did. Is USDX the one to build bridges for TradFi? Flare Network just launched USDX, a treasury yield stable. It's all about that $1 peg and real world yields. Flare co-founder says they're playing the long game. No rush, just building slow and steady to bag milestones while dodging regulatory landmines. Yep. Clearpool vaults have already been mirroring United States Treasury yields since May. So again, interesting to see Mario posting that. Crypto Eddie had a very interesting post about Sui. Should we cover that? That was interesting that she said that. Let me see if I have it. Yeah. She says, wake up. All chains belong to Sui. That's interesting that she said that. Interesting. All chains belong to Sui. Babe, wake up. The IKA white paper just dropped. IKA, what we actually built. Babe, this gonna wow. Okay, so I don't know what IK is. IKA, the fastest parallel MPC network launching. Launching on Sui. Previously, D Wallet network. Okay. Yeah. Remember they kept talking about this, but it's launching. Is it coming? I don't know. Anyway, current stats of Web3, 3 billion gone to bridge hacks, 30-second settlement headaches, wrap token depression, institutional trust issues. Everyone, surely someone can fix this. Us, hold up. Let me cook. Cooking, universal coordination layer. All right, picture this. So this is, again, they're advertising, they're promoting what they, these are promises that they're not realized. My understanding is Hugo said this is still pretty much a bridge, but anyway, it says how we did it. 2PC dash MPC, Mystic Chetty, unlimited power, 10K transactions. So anyway, this is a promise. It's not a realized promise. Anyway, so we'll see what IKA does. So another interesting thing coming out of the SWE camp is this FDUSD. First Digital Labs has a stablecoin, apparently, your global digital dollar. Native FDUSD is now available on SWE, enhancing their stablecoin's multi-chain compatibility. This move marks an expansion of FDUSD into the broader application, bolstering access, utility, and liquidity. FDUSD will enhance both the liquidity and efficiency of transaction, further bridging traditional finance to an ever-expanding traditional finance to the ever-expanding digital economy. The stablecoin has been on fire the past 6 months, becoming one of the largest one-to-one reserve stables in the market. Learn more at. So another stablecoin launching on SWE. Again, it's about, are you garnering attention? Are you creating network adoption? Are you going up and to the right of the network adoption curve? Daily active users, new wallets, platforms building on your chain, et cetera, thus creating demand for the native asset of that blockchain. That's where it is. That's the game for these layer ones. So yeah, Hydro, she's a big fan of Flare. She's a big fan of Flare. For sure. Property Rich, she's a big fan of Flare networks. So anyway, that's Enosys Global. I don't know. I don't know why there's just more liquidity, I think, overall on SparkDex, right? If I went to SparkDex just to check liquidity, just seems like, what did I do? Did I do something wrong? Maybe I did. I'll just try that again. SparkDex.ai. Let's take a look at this here. Real quick, hi, Joe. So it's kind of where it is. FLR at 2.2 cents. And the CryptoCeel zone will be increasing our positions for the rest of the month in November. And then we will begin planning for 2026. So the month of December, all throughout 2025, we will be focusing the dirty, nasty fiat for 2026. Every day, every month, preparing for 26 and 27. that type of deal. So I'm just going by what they got here on the initial TVL page. Okay. The wrapped ETH USDC, bridged USDC, which, you know, what 474, let's say 75,000. The wrapped Flare USDE in this pool, 657,000. The TVL and the SFLR Jewel, 2.29 million. I mean, they got two pools, they got 5 pools with $1 million in TVL. So for me, you know, if I'm already in the liquidity pool here, but for me, this is where I'm putting the liquidity pool. Liquidity. This is where I'm adding liquidity. This one is going to be awesome, awesome, awesome. In my opinion, this wrapped ETH and liquid Flare ETH from Dinero, for me, that is 47% is close to 4% a month. Now I get it, you're getting Dinero, but what are you going to do with that Dinero? What are you going to do with the Dinero? What are you going to do with the RFLR, the 1/12 that you can withdraw immediately? That's the key. It's not just getting the rewards. It's how are you compounding the rewards? Like, how are you taking RFLR? What are you doing with that? What are you doing with Dinero? How are you making more money on a Dinero reward? That's the key. That's the key. So first thing is these assets. Are you interested in ETH? For me, that's yes. The next thing is, what's the TVL and what's the 24-hour volume, right? It's important. Then you got to check out the blockchain. What chain is it on? And you got to check out the app itself. What app is it on? You got to, so that you can make an assessment of your risk, right? And then what's the strategy with the rewards, fam? It's not just about Win Moon. That's just one part of the overall DeFi strategy, in my opinion. So these are pretty cool. 1.1 million and 1.04 million. Property Rich, what is the website from Flare that tells you the 24-hour volume and the TVL? Is it Flare Scan? There was one, is it Sonar? No, it's not Sonar. Sonar's for Solana, I think. What's the app or application where you can check up-to-date TVL and 24-hour? I forget what it is. But yes, for me, that's cool. Now, a lot of people love, 2 million people love this one, right? 88%, they're all on it. This one would be okay right now, right? Wrapped Flare USDC is okay right now because we're not in parabola yet. Remember, when in parabola, FLR is going to be going up, you're going to be transitioning into more USDC, right? Not FLR. When in parabola, right? So in parabola, you want correlated pairs, right? Things that are moving in tandem. So with a percentage of your portfolio. So these stables, these wrapped ETH, those are always going to be awesome. But just think about that. It's 2 million, which is the second highest in TVL, and the APR is 1/5 of the SFLR and Jewel. But yet it's right up the neck of SFLR Jewel. Why do you think that is? Right? This would be a great one. If you got extra dirty, nasty fiat, you just want to hang around for some better buying opportunities, right? That would be awesome, right? You just got some extra stuff hanging out for some buying opportunities there, and you can get what's the rewards? You get some RFLR for doing so. The asset that's just kind of going up in value. When parabola happens, you can get 1/12 of that thing there, or if you want to take the 50% hat, you can take it all out. But a little bit more than 1% a month, just hanging out, getting some of the RFLR, right? You could take a percentage of your stables and just, get some RFLR. It's pretty good. What's this one here? This is 36%. It's almost twice. Interesting. The CUSDCX, USDX. I don't know if you're getting yield on it. I don't know how that works with the holding. I don't know how it works with holding USDX. I think you got to be in a a clear pool to get that yield for holding it, I think. That is my understanding. So yeah, I mean the TVL is really nice here, you know. I'm not trying to throw shade on Enosys or anything like that, but the TVL, yeah, that's why I'm on this. I'm on the liquidity pool here on this one, as opposed to others. Any new? Nope. Oh yeah, Freddy Cat checked in. What's good? What's good, my guy? Appreciate you checking in. Sup, Siege? Salmberg and FLR are so underrated and undervalued, in my understanding. Yeah, I hear you. I agree. Uh, Property Rich says, what if FLR goes straight to $10? Okay. And it comes back to down to $1 now in 2026. Okay. Buying 1 million will cost you 1 million. Selling all the tokens that don't mean the effort, just like RP said. RP said he tried it. Who's RP? RP. Who's RP? He tried it and what? It didn't work. Pookie says maybe it was Flare Metrics, the website. Yeah, maybe we can check that and see. Yeah, but again, Property Rich. Let's see. Trying to see if I can give an example. Trying to think of it. It's not about the upside. It's about protecting for the downside. Like, again, FLR, what I'm looking at is FLR in a 90% bucket play as opposed to a 10% bucket play. So that's what I'm talking about. You're talking about the return on the investment. And I believe the return on investment is secondary. It's secondary for me. It's not primary. It's not the primary concern, reason, objective, probably the best word. It's the return on the investment is not my primary objective. My primary objective is protecting for the downside. That's my primary objective, which means, in my opinion, FLR token today will not be as valuable of an asset to hold than it will be in 2026. I'm not saying it's not valuable to hold. I'm saying that I would argue that it will be more valuable to hold in 2026, right? This is why the hedge fund guys and the billionaire guys said that Bitcoin at 64,000 is a better buy than it was when it was $200 or $600 or $6,000. So no one can argue with the mathematics of a better return on investment, right? Because it's just math. So no one can argue with that. But what I'm saying is, as an asset to hold long term, it will be a better asset in 2026. It'll be a better asset to hold long term. Not questioning the math on return on investment. What I'm saying is, what I'm learning is that protecting for the downside and accumulating a better risk-adjusted reward asset is more valuable. This is why I think one of the greatest, I think it was Kellogg's. I think it was Kellogg's. And I think also it's Coca-Cola. I learned that all these billionaires and all that stuff buy Coca-Cola and hold on to Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola doesn't perform anywhere near Tesla or Nvidia or most Meta or most of those tech things. But the billionaires buy Coca-Cola. Year after year after year after year. Right? Not concerned on the return on investment. More concerned with owning a better risk-adjusted reward asset. So that's what I'm saying. So I'm not arguing on the numbers about return on the investment. What I'm arguing is owning a risk-adjusted reward asset as opposed to not owning one, or as opposed to having that asset be in the 10% bucket because it's more riskier to own it, than owning Bitcoin. It's more riskier to own XRP than it is to own Bitcoin. It's more riskier to own XLM, Cardano, EOS, Ondu, Gamer Hash, all those things, right? More riskier to own those, right? And so understanding that they're more riskier, the key to protecting the downside is your allocation into the asset, right? And here I'll give you a prime example. There are people right now in the community, in the FLR community, putting nasty posts on X, nasty post on X to Hugo, to the Flare community channel, because FLR is only 2 cents. Yeah, but Property Rich, 9.5 people out of 10 cannot do that. Sell the top and buy the bottom. Peter Brandt can't do it. Alessio Rastani can't do it. These are multi-million-dollar traders in their profession. They cannot sell the top and buy the bottom. So what makes you think that the average crypto person is going to do that? Average crypto person is not going to do that. So the way that you protect for the downside is your risk allocation of $100. You put 90 in the better risk-adjusted return assets, and you put $10 in the less or more risky assets. That's how you protect, right? That's what they talk about in the book Ergodicity. You don't necessarily stay away from FLR, XLM, XRP, Cardano, Gamer Hash, Ondu, Polytrade. You don't necessarily stay away. It's just it's the allocation. That's how you protect for the downside. This is what I'm learning from, these sophisticated investors, right? These dudes who, are decamillionaires, 9-figure guys, billionaires. That's how they protect for the downside, because people like, even people like Raul Paul, Dan Tapiero have said, and Alessio Rastani have said they can't do the upside. You're selling at the top and buying at the bottom thing, and that most people can't do it. So if the professionals at trading can't do it, the average retail person is not going to do that. But if you do a proper allocation, you don't have to be able to do that. If you do the proper 90, 10, 80, 20, whatever's going to work for you, if you do that, then you don't have to be that trader who knows how to sell at the top and buy at the bottom. I mean, Raul Paul got it right. Do you got 25, 30 years of trading experience to do it? I don't. He got it right twice, Bitcoin and Ethereum. But, I can't do that. But I could put, take $100, put 90 into Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana, or some combination thereof, and put $10 in FLR in Songbird. And then the following week or the following day, do the same thing. And then the following week and the following day, do the same thing. Because if the upside return on investment is what it is, it's going to be what it is. Right? So, I mean, that's for me, that's kind of how you do it. And the reason why I say that is kind of how you do it is because most people can do that. And then it protects for them, it protects you from if you're wrong, right? What if you're wrong, right? Like the CSPR community right now, like they're hurting. They're hurting right now. And they're really, really scared. They're really, really scared right now. Promising technology, right? Awesome community, all these different things going for them. Come up with this awesome product. I mean, they came up with this awesome product. Casper Labs, the people who built Casper Network, they come up with this awesome thing, Prove AI, and they just up and decide to go to another chain to launch that product. You can't protect for that. And again, I didn't finish my point on the FLR token, but the community, people losing their mind that it's only 2 cents. Guess why? Here's what I'll bet you. They're losing their mind because 90 to 100% of their dirty, nasty fiat allocation went into the FLR token and not into Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana, the proven networks, the proven chains, the proven network adoption. That's why they're screaming at Hugo. They keep calling him a failure. They keep saying that they failed. He's the biggest failed CEO. All of that's nonsense. Why? Because they're not allocated correctly. That's why, because they're not allocated correctly. They are all in on a token. Or they're not allocated correctly. An example is the reason why we're not concerned, the reason why the CryptoCeel's home is not concerned about the price of FLR is because we're allocated correctly. So we're right. If you're up 1,000%, you're up 1,000%, regardless of what's going on with FLR. But if you're only up 40% and you're seeing meme coins, you're seeing the meme coin craze and all that other kind of stuff going on, you're feeling a little something. But that's why. The reason why you're feeling something is because the allocation was not correct. And here's the other part too that I think a lot of people miss as well. It kind of takes 2 or 3 cycles, to figure it out. It kind of takes 2 or 3 cycles. I don't know about you, but I ran. I sold some XRP. I don't want to say that. I did sell some XRP, but I ran up to 2017 and down to 2018 with XRP. Like, oh, it's going to get high. It's going to get killed. Oh, I know it's going to get high. Oh, next you know, you can't sell it. I mean, I did that 2017, 2018. Most retail coming in are going to do that, right? So we want to protect those with that portfolio, in my opinion, with that strategy. So, I mean, that's going to be the deal. I mean, Because you could do all the research you want, and the Casper Labs people can just decide to walk away. Even with all your research you did, you can't protect for that. You can't protect. You can't protect for. I mean, that's crazy that they did that. Now, I mean, people are saying it was it was a business financial move. The network's not generating enough income, and they went on to do another thing, but you can't protect for that. Now, I've been seeing awesome kind of stuff from Casper, what they're doing with because the core team stayed. There's the CEO and a couple other dudes that left, but the core team stayed. So I think they're going to participate in this bull cycle, and they keep coming out. They're doing their thing. So there's still promise still going on for it, and I applaud them. And I think, they perform in the bull. They continue through the bear. That's going to be right, because you got to go through something. That's why XRP is going to, in my opinion, XRP. Oh man, XRP's price days are ahead of them big time, in my opinion. Once this SEC lawsuit, they get this cloud on title through and they survive it, and they launch that stable coin, and they have that liquidity incentive event, there's going to be a lot of wealthy XRP holders, in my opinion, because that's a big test to get through, to survive, to get through that. It's a big test. So, all right, there it is, fam. I'm going to wrap this thing up. I appreciate you guys hanging out and trying to get some breakfast. Haven't had any breakfast yet. No breakfast. No eggs. No protein waffles. No OJ. No beet juice. We got to get on it. We got to get on that, fam. I got to get on that, baby. Let's go. Oh, I'm supposed to be buying some FLR and some Songbird. Supposed to be doing it. How much time we got? Supposed to be buying some FLR and some Songbird right now. Is that time right? Yep, hour and a half. Yep, that's been good for sure. Songbird on Kraken, FLR, lots of places. Yeah, get some of that. Get $100 worth, and get some more of them. FLR, baby. Love it. I absolutely freaking love it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. I appreciate you guys. As always, Property Rich, thank you, my guy, for checking in. Frady Cat and Pookie. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Hydro. Appreciate you being here, my guy. David, appreciate you checking in. John 316, DeFi Daddy. Appreciate you guys checking in. Wes be playing. I love that. Appreciate you being here, my dude. All right, fam. Look, I'm going to hop off here. Again, do me a favor. If you didn't hit that like button on the way in, please. Cali Cat, I missed you. Appreciate you checking in, Cali Cat. Blockchain Monkeys checked in the building. I love it. Appreciate you guys being here. Do me a favor and hit that like button on the way out if you didn't get a chance to do so on the way in. That'd be super, super cool. It's one of the greatest ways to support the channel. And by the way, if you happen to be in that 55% or so people that are hanging out, listening to and watching the Crypto Siege, if you have been enjoying those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get that number from 55% down to about 25% or so. And you can do your part right now by just hit that subscribe button. Just hit that subscribe. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this one like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. But that's okay, though, because you and I, we're already winning. And I would ask you to consider this, or perhaps ponder the idea or notion of living your life permissionless. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.